Not me, the first one up in here today. Okay.
This is such a good main title theme. Brilliant. So Kendrick is going to be performing today. And today is Juneteenth, and today is What We Watch Wednesday. So I'm very excited. We're going to keep it short and sweet today because season 2 of House of the Dragon is out. Can everyone hear me okay? Let me turn this down. This is my shit, but like, I gotta turn it down a little bit. Hi, Jess. Welcome back. Okay. In this new season of Chopped, House of the Dragon, Tej, welcome to the stage, my lovely co-host.
Thank you, thank you.
Is Kendrick on yet?
No, he's not gonna be. They just started, and there's two DJs that's gonna bring out every LA nigga you've ever heard of before Kendrick come on. So no, he's not. He's not doing it.
Well, in the meantime, we will be talking about season 2, episode 1 of Chopped, correct? Is that what we're here to talk about today?
Of what?
Of Chopped.
Chopped. Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay, I get it.
Okay, now she's messing up. Everybody else got the joke. What's going on? Welcome, BT. Welcome, Jess. Come on up to the stage. Tweet it out. It is What We Watch Wednesday. All right. What do y'all remember from season 1? Before we get way too deep into it, what's going on with season 1? What really hit home for you in those last few episodes? Jess, go ahead.
Yeah, of the finale of the last season before we get into
Yes. Let's talk about season 1 first.
Yeah, I think the war has been brewing between Team Green and Team Black. By the way, I'm Team Black. I just want to lay that out there first and foremost. It's Juneteenth, okay? All black everything. I am Team Black and I ride for Team Black. But I think the way that it ended, those performances. Emma Darcy is the answer to my question. Actually, that's the tweet. Emma stood out to me all season. Her performance is otherworldly, and it only improves and increases in the beginning of this season. To see her baby just get eaten out of the sky by that dragon was absolutely insane. And you kind of got a sense of what was gonna get kicked off when that happened, and when she heard the news, when the Raven came, and like she turned around, and you knew that that it was on. I think that's really all we need to know, right? The Dance of the Dragons and the tragedy of these royal houses just messing up all over the place, like death unintended and hypocrisy and all the chaos of power that ensues is definitely what stood out to me.
So what I love too, right? Team Black and Team Green. We went from Game of Thrones to House of the Dragon, and House of the Dragon is about what? It's about the Targaryen family, right? All the way up to, we're supposed, right, the Mad King. And what's so interesting is like we're in season 2, episode 1, and I'm like, this is exactly why y'all lost control. This is exactly why y'all lost all those kingdoms. This is exactly why this entire family is a mess. They're contradictory. They don't make no kind of sense. They fucking everybody and everyone they see, okay? And then they're not listening to the queen, okay? Talk about mental health. She was right, and y'all all dismissed her for whatever reason. But BT, tell me what you felt about season 1 heading into season 2 now.
Yo, I actually came here to be educated by you guys. I haven't seen any of this, but I'm super
Oh,
interested. So I'm here to learn. I would like to be educated here today.
okay. Not you,
We're
a
gonna
speaker who
spoil
has,
some stuff for you, brother. We sorry.
not you, a speaker who
Look,
has
I
nothing to say.
I know life is hard,
That's crazy.
but
I went straight for
yeah,
the finale too. Sorry, brother.
Okay, well, did you watch Game of Thrones?
spoil. And Game of Thrones was on while I was in the room, but I was having a hard time connecting. But I'm hearing this is better. Yes or no?
You gotta
Okay.
do both. I
What
wouldn't say this is better.
episode are you on of Game of Thrones? Hold on, guys.
I'm in like the 5th season.
He's in the 5th season, guys. Did everyone in the room hear that? He's on Game of Thrones season 5 right
Oh
now.
man, he's living in bliss. He's living in literal bliss. The world could never come crashing down for him. I'm so jealous.
I mean, are you sure you want to
That's
be in
what I.
this space? Are you sure you want to be here, BT? Like, it's
Yeah.
Guys, he's okay
Oh
with
for sure.
spoilers.
Oh for sure.
Teach,
Spoil me down. Spoil me down.
Wait,
I'm
teach.
can I
not
ask
worried
you a
about
question? When you watched the Red Wedding, did you know that it was going to happen? Had it been spoiled for you, or did you not know that was about to happen?
it. Yes, it was spoiled. I watched it way after, and then while I was watching it, people were talking about like how trash season 8 was. So it just kind of slowed me down. And then this new joint, everybody's like, "Yo, there's black people." I'm like, "All right, now you got my attention." So here we are.
Well, Teach, talk to us. What is it about season 1 that you were ready to cover in season 2?
So I rewatched season one a couple weeks ago. So I came in. I know a lot of people said, when they first started the episode, they were a bit lost just because, it's been so much time since we had the last season. But I wasn't lost at all because we watched the season, and I was most excited to see what they gave us in this episode. I thought the get back, the first get back that Team Black got, might have come at episode 3, episode 4 kind of range, but we got it in episode 1, and we are already turned up to a 10. But that was the thing, obviously, I was most excited to see, just because we led to leave on that kind of cliffhanger that we got to end the last season. Like, you want to know what the immediate response is going to be before we get into a real war, and we got that in episode 1. So I'm lit. I'm very excited about where we're going.
I am too. Angela. All right, talk to me, Angela. You know, my favorite chaotic girl. That is high praise because I'm the chaotic queen. But you come in here and you match my energy. You match my freak.
Listen, I just want to say, Queen Rhaenyra, I have not stand for a woman committing war crimes like this since I voted for Hillary Clinton in 2016. I'm behind you. I support you. Get your lick back. Everybody needs to die. Because this is the thing that's really fucking with me is Vagar is that girl's dead mama's dragon. So you stole her dragon, you killed her man, and now you just think you're him. Like, he need to die. Next episode, he need to die.
We in my bag right now. We in my bag. I don't know what happened with this 2016 stuff. Fair enough. Fair enough. Truly. But okay. So let's really talk about season 2. Anybody else want to come up to the stage? Just tap on the mic, and me or my lovely co-host, still nigga. Okay, happy Juneteenth. Still nigga, I'm rooting for everybody black. Team
Period.
black. And we'll let you up on the stage. Here's my thing. We opened the season with Alicent getting her pussy eaten. Excuse me? And then the camera pans down and it's like, oh, it's a Kingsguard, a lowborn, a lowlife. And I'm like, wait, I don't like Alicent. See, and similar to Angela, I support women's wrongs, but I have limits. Alicent, because you was talking a lot of shit, Alicent. You was talking a lot of shit, and you just completely deteriorated an entire family. You got Rhaenyra fucked up, and now you on Sir Kristen Cole, who's very fine, might I add. Hey, not mad at the doll in that way, but I'm really interested why
He's a slut.
we not slut shaming,
We're
but
slut shaming him.
but here's the thing. What I'm shook about, Alicent, here's why the horny brigade needs to calm down. This includes you, TJ. Honestly, also includes you, Angela. I've seen your tweets. Um,
I'm not horny
being
for Allison. That's
horny,
not fair. I shouldn't be in that.
being horny, started off the episode being horny, and then you ended the episode being horny, and you lost your grandbaby. You see what happens when you're too busy trying to have sex? This is what happens when you're so busy trying to be horny. Okay? You're not getting shit done. You're not taking care of your family. You're not taking care of the kingdom. And you're being horny with people you know you're not supposed to be horny with. Talk to me, Tej. What's happening here?
Listen, I don't advocate for people being hypocrites. And what
Correct.
we are seeing from Miss Allison, she was fed up about the way that Rhaenyra was operating in her sex life, including sleeping with Christian Cole, which she found out. And now we go some years later, and now we're in a full blown beef. You killed my son, and how you're spending your days after you killed my son is by fucking my old man who you didn't like that I was fucking in the first place.
You see what
Now,
I'm
see
talking about?
that's disgusting behavior, but that's what I would expect from Team Green and any of their supporters because they're a nasty squad. And we start the season, you see exactly how nasty they are. It's been 10 days since you killed my son, and y'all just around having small council meetings and living life like shit cool, like shit sweet, like I'm pussy. So niggas gonna have to find out, and that's what happened when niggas at the end of the episode.
Rhaenyra said, I'm some whack bitch. You got me all the way fucked up. And you see, it's funny because we talk about this online. Every time people are so loud about a thing, you know they got it behind closed doors in their own life. Why are you so loud judging everybody else, Alicent? I had a real problem with Alicent. You could search my name in Alicent. I tried to forget about Alicent. I know she's a big deal. Team Green, ill. Green only looks good on my skin and on money and blue money as well. But outside of that, it's Team Black here. Okay, happy Juneteenth again. Here's the thing. It's the hypocrisy for me. It's the murdering for me. The murdering. Rhaenyra was chilling. What Rhaenyra does is focus on power and minding her business. Okay, have we noticed that? Do we all agree? Is there any disagreement there? Rhaenyra is focused on power and minding her business. Alicent cannot seem to keep her mouth shut, her pussy shut, her children together, her anything. Like she can't keep anything together. That's why you started off being nasty and you ended up being nasty, and now you're shedding blood. Everybody is shedding blood around you. And you just with your little tight little bustier, whatever you want to call it, on being an absolute complete useless person in every space that you are in, and you have so much judgment for everyone else. Let's not forget, she tried to get Rhaenyra to like be cool with everything and calm down, and then did the shit that her children did. I don't. I'm not with it. I'm not with. There's no way. There's if anybody is Team Green in here, I want to hear why, because I'm one that like likes hot villains. I'll admit, but both sides are ugly. So like I'm Team Black. Go ahead, Angela. I mean, Jess. Let me let Jess speak. Go ahead, Jess.
Yeah, no, I just need to echo more of those sentiments because not only is it the hypocrisy for me as to why I will never be Team Green. Okay, Rhaenyra, like you said, she was just living her life. She was doing her thing. And, Allison made her life a living hell when she found out about Cole. So here she is now getting getting freaky, you know what I'm saying, with the same guy, and then also showing feet in these medieval chat rooms to the creepy dude who's trying to be her hand. Sexually deviant all around is it's crazy. It's crazy for me. And then I also come away with the lesson of don't send a man to do a woman's job. Because clearly it's gonna be about the two of them. Okay, Rhaenyra and Allison, they're gonna have to go back and forth because
Right.
Rhaenyra came back and said, I need, the dude with one eye who killed my son, send me that guy. And now we're chopping up babies. Like, how did Blood and Cheese miss the memo on that? But we'll get there when we get there. Again, can be green team because the hypocrisy is crazy for me.
Team Black had some fuck ups. They did. They did have some fuck ups, and we have to talk about that at some point. But Angela, go ahead.
I think the biggest villain in this show is Allison's dad, Otto Hightower,
You and I are on the same
because
page. That was my next topic because we're not going to go too far without addressing Mr. Otto. Go ahead.
it's like this is like you slutted out your daughter when she was like 14, and then now you just think you the shit with your grandson. And I'm not gonna lie, the grandson, he is crazy, but I can appreciate a left leaning king. But like now you're trying to play with your grandsons, and it's just like, how don't you like literally like most of the reason all of this is fucked up is because of Otto High. If not all of the reason this is fucked up is because of Otto Hightower. So like he needs to go. He should have been dead three episodes ago. Like, what are we doing?
I don't like Otto. I don't like Allison. Tej, I want you to tap into it because I know you got something to say. Otto is a messy bitch that lives for drama, and not in the endearing way that many of us some partake. Okay, Otto. What name one good thing that Otto Hightower has done? One good thing he has said, one good plan he has set into motion. He is so stuck on what he's done in the past. Baby, if you ain't shitting, then get off the pot. What are we talking about? I don't care what you did before we was all here. Do you see what's happening right now? We have dragons, we have family splitting, and you over here talking about, well, when I was this and when I was that, and this is what your father would have wanted and your great grandfather would have wanted, and when I did this, and it's like you throw stones and then hide your hand and you manipulate and puppeteer stuff, and then you don't even take credit. You don't even get the credit when it goes well. You don't take responsibility when it goes terribly. My question for Otto is, why are you here? What are you doing here? Because Allison, honestly, I would want to give Allison the victim, daddy issues, grandfather issues kind of thing, but I can't. She ruined that for me. She do too much. I'm not gonna blame Otto for her. It's both of y'all together. Tej, what you gotta say? Tej?
Yes, I definitely agree with Andrew's take, which is a very astute take, that Otto is the nastiest villain in the show, and I definitely think that he is going to die sooner rather than later because he's already at odds with a couple generations of his family. I saw someone posted a tweet this week. That Andre Iguodala meme where Andrew Wiggins made a mistake on the sideline, and Andre Iguodala calls him to the sideline. He's like, "No!" Like he starts coaching him. That's what Otto was doing with our king that doesn't want to be the king. Like every decision he tried to make, whether right or wrong, Otto had to go over to his ear and whisper, like, "Yo, we can't do that. I know you want to get back this dude's goat because this dude is sitting right in front of you, but if you get back this dude's goat, you're giving back everybody's goat." Which is true, but also it shows you the level of control he has because the king has no power. The king actually does nothing. And it's very astute that when we saw the scene at the end, the king is just drunk on the throne. We've never seen anybody sit on the throne like that. We've never seen anybody on the throne just slouched over. We saw Robert Baratheon on the throne drunk many times, but he wasn't like slouched over. He was still sitting in the throne like he would sit in it. This boy king who's been king for 10 days now is literally having a rager with his homeboys slouch over the throne. Like this just shows you the level of don't give a shit he's on, and he is the one who's actually the king. I thought it was a very astute way to wrap up kind of where we are. But now that his son has been killed, that's probably going to change him, and that's probably the last time he's ever going to care about giving someone's goat back or anything, because now he's going to be a very different king because now he lost his son, and it's clear that he only cared about the son. He didn't give a shit about his daughter. He cared about his son, and now his son is gone.
No one ever cares about the daughters, and the daughter is now living. The heir to the throne is chopped cheese and blood. Okay, Angela, go ahead.
And I
Chopped
think
cheese and blood.
it just brings it back to like, yeah, it's just like the this patriarchal system, because yeah, he is the boy and in theory he should be king, but that nigga has had no preparation. Like he was born when his dad was halfway dead. Like Rhaenyra was like molded for this, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like you guys are like, it just goes back to like why I do not like I Alice Hightower may be one of the characters in TV I hate the most that I've ever seen, because it just goes back to like why I don't like her, because it's just like, how do you not see just like you see this shit, you live with this boy, you saw how crazy he was, and this is the nigga that you breaking up a kingdom over? For what reason, girl? For what
And
reason?
he's not even impressive. Like he's not even that impressive. Like you got one son that like wants to try to be good. What's his name? not Aemon. Who's the one that sat on the throne like you talking about, Teach? What's his name? All these names confuse me. The one that sat on the throne and was being generous to all the peasants. You got him,
Aegon.
Aegon. Thank you. And then you got the killer. Both of these unfit to be a king. Then you got Otto advising them or whatever the fuck he's doing. Terrible. And then you have an opportunity to not be sexist and misogynist in this family and, change history forever. And you choose to be a bitch. Like, even the queen, when she was like, let's watch out for the rats, y'all completely dismissed her. And what happened? What happened, Teach? What happened? She said, let's be mindful of the rats. Them rat catchers all up and through your castle, getting access everywhere just because they have a thing over their shoulder. Y'all let them run them up. And now they have access to kill your family. Okay? Mental health. They completely disregarded her, even though she was right. She be woke. And lost a whole heir to the throne. So now, even if you do succeed in this Team Black versus Team Green, who got next? Who got next? Because you're going to have to try again. And you fucking Sir Kristen Cole and all that kind of stuff, I don't know what to tell you, my girl. I don't know what to tell you. Tej, what do you got to say?
Oh, sorry, I'm not ready.
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
He watching Jason Martin on this Kendrick pop-up show is what he's really
This
doing.
shit, this that shit, boy. This that shit.
West Coast
Oh,
got
my
some
God.
heat, bro. And I'm in Toronto. Listen, I can't even be saying this right now.
I started crip walking.
This is crazy. But I did want to say, Mo, to your
Yes,
point,
please.
because I'm at least trying to multitask, Teach. Come on, man, get it together.
Get it
Um,
together.
Helena stay like warning her family. Helena stay telling the truth. Like she told them the last season, beware the dragon under the boards, and everyone just shooed her away. And what happened? What happened? Homegirl raised up the dragon under the boards and totally disrupted the anointing of the king. So like she knows what's really going on. She knows what's happening, and they stay ignoring her. So she's woke. Them little drawings, them scribblings all over her room. I'll be zooming in and enhancing on those in the next episode. We're gonna be watching all of that because she knows what's going on. She's woke. She's woke.
And again, sexism wins again. You should probably listen to Rhaenyra and Helena, and you don't. And this is why this shit is going to shit. This is why House Targaryen, ended up the way they did. And I agree. Well, I kind of agree, Angela. So my top three most hated characters is going to have to be Joffrey, ill at best, Ramsay, and then Allison. I really try not to have women. I really try to support women's wrongs, but Allison's wrongs has not garnered any type of power, any type of, forward change. It's giving absolutely nothing, and I need you to be hotter. You got to be hotter than that, Allison. If you're gonna move like this, I need you to move a little. The man that you're having sex with is sexier than you. Like this isn't working for me. But let's talk about the scene where we find out who saved what's his name? What's the black character's name? What's his
Oh
name?
God, I
There's
forget.
two black characters, but the black guy, blonde hair. You know who I'm talking about. What do we think is going to come of that storyline since he was saved? And what is that family doing while all of this is happening? What do you guys think is happening there? Because
So
they lost a lot of bodies last season.
I'm not a book reader, so a book reader might know when this is right or wrong. But my sense was that there's going to be a deeper connection between the two of them. There's going to be a deeper connection between the two of them. There's going to be some kind of backstory that we get slowly because he's literally the guy who saved him. But I don't think he was just a guy in the army who saved him. I think that they're going to have some kind of history and backstory because the interaction was a little awkward, obviously, but it seemed a little familiar. And so I think they're alluding to something, and we're going to explore that relationship further. And I think that's going to somehow add to the greater plot.
I agree. That's something that we can't kind of just gloss over because we got a whole 2 to 3 minute scene there, and I think that matters in which team wins, Team Black or Team Green. Now back to what Jess said, because that's a good takeaway from this episode. Rhaenyra had how many words in this episode? Does everyone remember?
Not many.
She had about
Four?
three or four.
Yep.
Like three.
I want
I
Amen.
want Amen. Period.
I want Eamon. Eamon's still running around like he Pac right now. That's my problem right now. Eamon is still running around like he Pac, and we done taken the baby, the heir, which is fine. But I'm really curious for episode 2 what we're going to get out of Rhaenyra, because would Alicent have rather lost the baby or Aemon? And what do y'all think about that? Because I'm trying to figure out, like, did Team Black really hit the way they needed to, or did they take an L here? And or is this like the long game? Like, I'm really trying to figure out, because if I'm Alicent and I just had sex with Sir Kristen Cole, which is very weird, ew, even
Which
seeing
was
that.
probably mid
Like,
because he sinks. He sinks.
he's come on, guys. I mean, Alicent, if you're gonna be that bitch, like, just whatever.
I mean,
If you
compared
were
to the
Alicent,
old
if you
mummy
were
she was fucking
Alicent, like,
before, he probably is amazing.
you said what?
Compared to the mummy she's been having sex with for the last, like 15 years, yeah, I'm sure Kristen Cole is amazing.
Well, but what can come of Kristen Cole outside of a few O's, real quick? You catching L's and catching O's at the same time. It's crazy to me. That's what I tweeted earlier. I was like, this is embarrassing. But truly, from a perspective, longevity, and like when you really need to hit hard, because we lost a son. The title of the episode is A Son for a Son. And so it's really a son for a grandson. But would you have rather him taken Aemon? Because
They
Aegon's
couldn't have
currently on
taken
the throne.
Amon in that way. Those two dudes are going to get cleaned up by Amon. It was impossible. What are we talking about?
So who can take Aemon? Because Rhaenyra was very clear, and Rhaenyra's been
Damon,
very clear since the pilot of this episode, pilot of this show. So when she says she wants Aemon, who's going to take care of Aemon?
you
Because
remember
mm-hmm.
You remember from Game of Thrones, we all knew that the Mountain was going to fight the Hound. Like, we knew that fight was coming. There was a Super Bowl. We went through 4 seasons, 5 seasons. We knew the Super Bowl was coming. Damon versus Aemon is our Super Bowl. So we know that setup. So we already know that Damon said, get Aemon. And he literally says to them, I heard he's a pretty good fighter. So, like, y'all going to have to get a sneak win in there because he can fight. So obviously we're setting up that Damon versus Aemon is our Super Bowl. So that's who it's going to take. Nobody else going to be able to get him out of here. And he has the largest dragon in the world. So he's not going to be no easy win. He's not going to be no easy win for nobody.
So is this air chopped season of chopped valuable? Is it something that is Alicent gonna be like, all right, let's figure this out? Is Rhaenyra gonna be stupid angry, or is she gonna be like kind of okay with it? What are we theorizing there?
You
Jess, go
killed
ahead.
the heir to the throne. That's a dub in any circumstance. You killed the heir to the throne. You got him out of here. That's a big piece on the chessboard. Even if he is just a 6-year-old boy, what he represents is a huge piece on the chessboard. So I think, no disrespect to Lil Luce, but Lil Luke wasn't going to be the heir to the throne. Obviously, it still hurts Rhaenyra the same, but it doesn't hurt Team Black the same. Team Black is up right now because they killed a bigger piece on the chessboard.
Okay. Jess, what do you think?
Yeah, so I actually like I'm of two minds of it, right? Because I do think Team Black fumbled the play here.
Okay.
Uh because, the queen said what she said, right? And that baby is not Aemond. And on top of that, right, Helena runs to Alicent in the midst of whatever that was. Christian Cole was flat on the bed. Okay, whatever was going on there was going on, and now Allison, because I'm sure she's going to be able to read the play immediately, of what Rhaenyra was trying to do. She's probably going to tell Aemon what's going on. They're going to have to start the war. Like her father said, this cannot end without violence. And I think Allison is now, it just got very real. They did kill an heir. Um, in a very gruesome, crazy, crazy way. I mean, like, just in terms of just talking through like the theatrics of it, the cinematography of it, the score of the last 8 minutes, like that was a very like stressful last 8 minutes of a show. Like I haven't been that stressed watching TV in a very long time. So first and foremost, I just want to say I'm glad that we back. Okay, we are back. HBO restoring the feeling, We back in the Game of Thrones universe. I just want to throw that out there. But yeah, no, this is a bit of an L for Team Black, only because Allison now knows the degrees to which like she's gonna have to go, and she's probably gonna have to. She's gonna put walls up around her son. She's gonna defend her family now at this point. Like this was the kind of the moment for the element of surprise. And I'm also not a book reader, so like I could be wrong in some sense, but I heard the foreshadowing, right, of the dance of the dragons. Like it's very clear where this is going. And unfortunately, like we opened the season with Team Black kind of fumbling the ball a little bit. Like, yes, it's gonna hurt. When you do what like you kill an heir, like you make it known that like yes, like blood will be shed. Like you're not just gonna kill my son out of the sky like that and think it's gonna be cool. But they missed the shot, and now they're gonna have to deal with the consequences and the repercussions. And I'll end here. Allison might also just have to lose Christian Cole because for strategic reasons, when they're both asked, where was the young man who was supposed to be defending this very thing from happening, you and your family, where was he at? What was going on there? Why is this baby like beheaded in his crib? What was going on? Where was Sir Christian Cole? They're not going to be able to tell the story around that makes sense. And so I could also see that kind of coming down the pipeline and making Allison that much more frustrated. Like if I'm just predicting things, like he's going to have to answer for not being there, and that's going to be interesting as well.
Thank you so much for saying that. And Angela, I want you to go next, but real quick. So I agree. So my perspective is this. If we have, you took my son, like you took my blood, right? A son for a son. That means that I got to headshot you next time because we're either going to go into war, which is most likely inevitable, obviously, but let's pretend we're in the perspectives of Team Black and Team Green. I got to headshot you now because I didn't know that we were going to go down this route. And to me, the killing the air feels like we hit an artery, and so they're bleeding out, but it doesn't feel like I got my head shot. And so I feel like we're really going to have a lot of strategy for Team Green. We've allowed Team Green to have to strategize. And I think, too, Allison, she's way too horny to think straight. But now she's going to be completely shook and she's going to strategize, and everyone's going to strategize around her to protect her babies, right? To protect these future, whatever the fuck you want to call them, because they. So that to me, it's like we hit an artery and we're bleeding out, but they're rushing to the hospital, they're getting the bandages, and now they're prepared for this. And so the next time you hit, it has to be a headshot, right? Like, I think that's what kind of threw me off with this. Is like, okay, we did get the air, which, Teach, to your point, that's always going to be a dub. But we can make another air and we can shed some blood and you can maim me. But we were supposed to headshot with Aemon, but we all know, to your point, Aemon is very, very hard to kill. And now he's going to be even harder to fucking kill unless he lets his hubris go, right? Which I think would be very cool to see later on. His hubris goes and he takes an L in a really fucked up way, which I think is completely possible. I don't read the books. I don't want to see what they tell us. I want House of the Dragon to be fully responsible. But go ahead, Angela.
So here's my thing and my thought. I think it's gonna backfire on them because you're okay. So one thing that I think we're not really paying close attention to is, even though Aegon is crazy, there is sort of this respect that the residents of King's Landing have for him. And we saw that briefly when he was on the throne and he was like, the small folk are the reason we're gonna win this war. You saw this weird reverence he had
That's
for
what
all
I
of
was
them.
talking about. This generosity that he has, or reverence he has for they have for him, right? Yeah,
Yeah. So
because of
I
his
think
generosity.
Yeah, so I think this is definitely gonna turn King's Landing against Team Black for sure, 100%. But at the same time, I think it also alerted Allison, like, hey, these people don't fuck with you anymore. Because like throughout the episodes when she was like, did Rhaenyra get my letter? Or when she prayed for Luke, like I think part of her was still wishing that like her and Allison could be friends again, just like in some of the actions that she did. So I think for her it's gonna be like, oh, this is not my homegirl anymore. Like whatever, now we only have violence. Like this is the only way to go. And she's not like, I don't know, when it comes to strategizing and stuff like that, like she's not her. So like you have like Damon, you have the niece or the girl's auntie, like, you know, they got like some killers on that team. So she probably need to go into hiding and like find something to do. Like God bless. And they also sent her son went out to the north, and you can see like that's a budding relationship. So like, I mean, good luck. I personally, I wouldn't want to bet on Team Green at this point.
I wouldn't either. I wouldn't either. Teach, go ahead.
I definitely agree that you could have got the headshot. Like because of how easy it was, like there's literally no security whatsoever up there. Like if it's that easy, then y'all could have killed the king. If you walked, all his friends are sitting there drunk as fuck. They would have been easy to kill. You could have killed the actual king. You could have killed Allison, who was in a state of undress and not worried about no security. You could have got Allison and Kristen Cole out of there. So I agree. There was a bigger. They could have hit a 3. I agree with that, and that would have. You know, they've had a couple chances now where you could hypothetically end the war. Like first with what's her face, the aunt, and then here, like you could have caused real damage. So I agree that they didn't hit the real shot, but I don't think this is going to turn King's Landing against the Blacks because the King's Landing already knows what the initial act of violence was, which was Team Green murdering a kid. So of course you're going to get a kid murdered in return, and I just find it so crazy that after you've murdered someone's son, like Angela just said, like now Allison's gonna know, like they really don't fuck with me. You should know that when you killed their son, like you killed a kid. At that point, there's no turning back. There's no more diplomatic ties.
There's
There's
no
no
more
more talking
rules.
about it. There's no
Right.
more.
There's no more rules. And
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 that's
I
where
don't
didn't
get
Allison
that.
be pissing me off.
but didn't the previous season, I could be wrong, didn't Rhaenyra like say, hey, like Aegon can marry Damon's kids to like broker some sort of deal between them, and they're like,
She
no.
tried to make peace
She
many
did.
times.
Yep.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
did do that.
All of her kids to like have all of their kids to right like come together, right? Isn't that why they were like they knew about the training with the dragons and all of that because they were all hanging out? Am I confusing Game
Yeah,
of Thrones?
they were hanging out as cousins, and there
Yep.
was a point towards the end of last season where she did offer to marry her sons off to people on Team Green, so we can build the ties back together. She tried many times to create peace, and that's why it's like Rhaenyra's been on wartime for the last 10 days. She had to go find her son, but if she didn't have to go find her son, if she had seen it happen, the war would have started 10 days ago. So they're sitting around getting fat because it's been 10 days and nothing has happened yet. But you think her and all her dragons are not going to do anything in retaliation? Y'all sitting around with no security. Ain't nobody guarding none of these fucking kids. Ain't nobody guarding none of these doors. The king is
Y'all
drunk.
let
Like
y'all let
y'all
rat
sitting around.
catchers.
Yeah, what are y'all
I
doing?
I'll go up in there dressed as a rat catcher.
And I put that on Otto because Otto's supposed to be the Mr. Get Bad. He's supposed to be the one that's strategizing. And he's supposed to know. And now you got the whole castle naked and everybody just available to be slaughtered. That's crazy.
That's crazy, and that's my point, right? Aegon the Magnanimous, Aemond the fucking killer, Otto the one that's like this. There's no other way except war. What are you doing? If there's no other way except war, then what are you doing? Because it's definitely a war now. As we speak today, here, guys, on what we watch, right? There is the war has begun. I don't see Allison might try her fake diplomatic shit still because she don't make no kind of sense, and she's obviously clouded by the orgasms or lack thereof. I can't
I
imagine.
mean, we've all been there, but still.
Okay, all right, we have not. Not we've all been there. I will not be relating to Allison today. Ill, ill. But that being said, you do get clouded by the horniness. But let's see, because everybody talking is doing a lot of talking, and I like that you said that, Teach. What did you think was going to happen? Why you got your kids out here unprotected? You're walking around, you're having sex with King's guards, you're doing whatever, you're talking a bunch, you're having council meetings. You don't even know who's supposed to be at the council meetings. You don't even know who's supposed to be there. You got 3 extra people there. You got one person
Y'all
that's
got
not.
kids at the small
Y'all got
council
kids.
during wartime. It's wartime,
Y'all
guys.
not serious. Y'all not serious. We need. There's no other choice but war. I want people at the gates. I want people posted up. I want dragons fed, like Egg on the Magnanimous said. I want these things, or Otto too. When they ask for more sheep, I want y'all to be war ready. Team Green is not serious.
I got
They're
another
not
beef
serious.
too.
You let me repeat what occurred. You killed someone's son. With, mind you, couldn't even find the body. Okay, dragons involved in everything, right? Everybody got dragons, right? What was that scene at the 700-foot wall? Everybody got dragons. So that is foreshadowing for very good reason, right? Everybody got dragons. You were riding a low-born man while the heir to the throne got chopped up and put into little bags like a rat with a rat catcher and taken back to Team Black. That's what happened. And just the day before, y'all were at the table strategizing about what to do next. Did they get the Ravens? Did they get the Ravens? Of course they got the Ravens or whatever the letters. Did they get the letters? Yes, they got the letters. You killed one of their family members. One of your family members, quite frankly. So to me, Team Green is not serious. But again, they might be able to tighten up and have the opportunity to heal and tighten up now. And that's what bothers me, because now Rhaenyra is going to have to go handle shit more directly herself. There's going to be a ton of tension within the family for Rhaenyra, because she was very specific in the 3 words she said this entire episode, and that did not occur. And so they're going to have to hold her back in ways that are unimaginable to me. I feel like they're going to have to hold her back. And what do y'all think Rhaenyra is going to do next? Like, what is Rhaenyra going to do as soon as these baby parts are brought to her, which is a crazy thing to say. Go ahead.
Oh, she's gonna absolutely pull Damon to the side and say, "Get it done." Like she's gonna absolutely say, like I think Pete said it right. This is absolutely gonna come down to Damon and Aemon. Like I mean, they had my queen running around the land, making faces, looking distraught, trying to find evidence for her baby. And it was very clear. Get me the guy with one eye and the long silver hair. The dude with the blue sapphire eye and the long hair. I need that
Do
one.
like this.
And they're out here beheading babies. Like it's crazy. So I think her next move is absolutely going to be to Damon for him to get it done. But like we both said, the green team has some time to at least huddle a little bit. And the thing that cheeses me the most is even if you did want to be on the green team, Allison's father told her less than 24 hours before it all went down. Hey, 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 girl, hey, sis, friend, it's gonna get bloody out here. It's gonna get the violence in the streets. And she even agreed, but did nothing about it.
And what did she do? She went to have
Her
sex real
guard.
quick.
She did her guard. That's what she
She
did.
went to have
She
sex
did
real quick.
her man who was supposed to be protecting everybody from all of this. That's what she did.
And
She did
mind
what
you,
she supposed to.
here's the only time I can relate to Allison, ill to any other time. In the very beginning of the episode, she said, "We can't keep doing this." Guys, come on.
But you knew they were gonna keep doing
We've
it.
all been there. We've all
You
been there.
knew
We've
they were
all
gonna
said
come
it.
on.
We
Come on.
can't keep doing this. That means we'll probably do it at least 11 more times.
At least 11, 50, 11
At
more
least
times.
11 to
50,
50 more
11 more
times.
times. You know what I'm saying? And Mo, listen. I don't wanna call you out. I respect the space. I don't want to put your business out there in the streets. Now you said you can't relate. You said we're not Team Allison over here on the horny tip. I understand that. But I remember us in those succession chats now. I
All
remember
right.
us talking succession and how hey, that's all I'm gonna say. That's
Turn
all I'm
that
gonna
up.
say. That's all I'm gonna say. I love you, sis. Sis, it's Juneteenth. Everything black.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say the North remembers. I'm just gonna
What
say
do
the North
you
remembers.
what do you mean by that? All right. Okay. Gotcha. No.
I have
Here's the thing.
another issue.
One more point though, right? Because she said she wasn't going to do it again, and then she did it again, and the next time she did it, right? And this is why you got to be careful with your words. The next time she did it, blood was shed. And every single scene between her saying she wasn't going to do it again and she did it again was talks about how to prepare for that bloodshed, right? So if I see Alicent have sex one more time with Sir Christian Cole, get her out of here. I don't want to talk about her anymore. I never want to hear anything about her. Girl, you are sprung, and not even in a good way. You're not even getting nothing out of it. You get pregnant by this man, God forbid. You get pregnant by this man, you're not a serious person. Rhaenyra should also kill you too. We need to take Aemon and Alicent. Okay? Respectfully.
The whole
Respectfully.
green team.
I
The
better
whole
not
green
even
team.
smell Sir Kristen Cole outside of that armor and protecting the kings. I can't. Go ahead, Teach. It's just not a serious, it's just not serious.
I have an issue with the whole thing with what's his name, Larry's, and the dude that killed his dad and brother, the dude who's basically her little finger. So clearly he takes issue. He knows about her. He knows everything. First of all, so he knows she's fucking with Cole, and
Yes.
he's taking issue with it, right? And he even goes on to say, "I had everybody within the chambers who alerted me to this information killed, and I replaced them on your staff." And you know that it's in her head because later on, one of the staff hands her a drink, and she realizes she doesn't know who she can trust, and she turns down the drink, right? So she's worried about Larry's influence on her inner circle. Man, it's wartime. If you're worried about his loyalty for even 1 second, or he don't like who you're fucking, you need to cut him loose, kill him. Like, what do we do? Having that dude in your circle, who you know how slimy he is, you know how skeevy he is. Last season he killed niggas, and you didn't even tell him to kill niggas. I mean, arguably you wanted him to kill niggas, but he told you after the fact, and you still have him around you. The Greens are not serious. They are not a serious faction. They're not a serious team. Not that Team Black is perfect, but the Greens are utterly unserious from top to bottom, and it's going to cost them. They're going to be the Dallas Mavs out there.
They're
Otto looks
gonna
like
be
Luca
the
right now.
Dallas Mavs out there. We're able to talk freely today, guys. We're gonna watch Kendrick right after this in about 5 minutes because Team Green is the Dallas Mavericks, and I see a lot of people were like Mavericks in 6, Mavericks in 7. Watch the game. Y'all gotta watch the game. Y'all gotta see who the star players are. Y'all not paying attention. Y'all don't know ball. Y'all doing a lot. The Mavs did a lot of chit chatter and they scraped by, and that's what Team Green is doing. It's funny the Team Green and it's the Celtics are green, but like Team Black is the Celtics, right? They're the Celtics. They have shown a lot. They made some mistakes. The game before, game 4, they lost by like 35 points. We're at game 4 right now. And if Rhaenyra doesn't get what she wants, I know she's going to turn up. Rhaenyra and Aemon, or not Aemon, Rhaenyra and Daemon are going to have to handle their business. And to your point, Teach, I think it's incredibly easy to do. I think this is incredibly easy to do. Kill Alicent while you're at it as well, okay? Because she don't do nothing right. Helena has been more helpful than Alicent could ever be in just 2 little scenes. If anybody would just listen. Go ahead, Angela.
I think just to close off why I think Allison's very unserious. Um your son is married to your daughter when like he had better options presented at the table to him, and like the girl is clearly not ready to be a mother like she was, because like her first like instinct, and I really did feel sad for her, was like, I'm gonna go to my mom for comfort and to tell her, oh, my mom is fucking the person that should have protected my son. Like just like she is just like she fails everyone in her decisions and choices, and like she's just not a serious person. And like it's crazy because like I feel like Otto is very meticulous, and it's like, where did you get your senses from? Like it's just like I've never seen nobody just like you know how people said like Rob Stark was dumb. I think Alicent might be the dumbest character we've seen in the history of Games of Thrones.
I'm gonna fully agree. And we've seen a lot of dumb characters in Game of Thrones. We've seen a lot of smart characters make dumb decisions and dumb mistakes. But Alicent consistently, I, I think she doesn't get it. And she talks like she does, and she walks into these rooms like she does, and it's all cap. We see right through it. We see right through it. Why is she in all these rooms? Get her the fuck out of here. She doesn't know what she's talking about. She doesn't know how to protect her family. Her strategies are fucking 3 steps behind everybody else, including Team Black, probably 7 steps behind that. Otto, though meticulous, doesn't execute on anything, doesn't really incentivize anyone to move forward. He does a little bit of talking, he does a little bit of reasoning, but there's no real action behind any of Team Green. And it's like, what are we doing? Go ahead, Teach.
I just realized as y'all were talking about Allison, who's a complete loser, the exact comp for Allison. And Allison right now is current University of Miami football. They have a lot of hype. They have pretty gowns. You see the uniforms, you get some nostalgia about what could be, but then Miami walks on the field and lose to Georgia Tech because they stink. And Miami football is not a real football program. That's Allison. Allison is not built for this game. She is not. In every turn, she proves that she is not built for this game. She's too emotional. She got too much going on. Her kids are pieces of shit. Her father is a piece of shit. She got losers all on her side. She will have nobody to hold her down. And it's just not, it's not a good look over there. The bad news bears over there.
I completely agree. I think I think Allison is more like a blue Duke Blue Devil, all the potential, all the recruits, the fly gear, the good coach, and then damn, you lose to your biggest rival because you're not prepared. I agree with Teach.
This is nasty.
Let me tell you who Allison is. Allison is Georgia later this year against
Oh,
Texas,
turn
okay?
that up.
That's who Allison is, all right? We in the SEC now, all right? Y'all thought everything was cute and cool. Y'all thought y'all had shit under control. Y'all got your little shots off, whatever. Texas is here now. Team Black is here now, okay? And Rhaenyra, if I were Rhaenyra, let me tell you something. I'm not letting no Allison type bitch win anything. Nathan. Not it could never be me. It could never be me. Rhaenyra, turn the fuck up on these motherfuckers right now. Because Allison, I mean, am I the only one? I feel like I haven't gotten any support here. Shouldn't Allison die? Like, isn't that? I think that's okay, guys. I think we should. I think that's okay. If
She ain't even
Allison
got no
dies,
fucking dragon. Of course she should die.
I
Rhaenyra
think
got
she
a
should
dragon.
die. I think we get rid of Allison season 2, if not season 3, and she dies, and we let someone else run some shit for a little bit. We let someone with a slightly sexier, more intense story happen, because Allison right now, she's bringing the team down. Any last comments before we shut this what we watch space down? What a great first episode from House of the Dragon. It was pure mess, pure horniness. Okay, this is
And
why
we
we
got
love.
renewed for season 3. Season 3 renewed already announced.
Absolutely. You know why? Because HBO is going to give us drama, sex, and blood. Drama sells, sex sells, bloodshed sells. Okay? That's just what it is. That's just what it is. Any last words, Jess, Angela?
Yeah, no, I totally agree. You got my support over here. I think we will eventually get the Rhaenyra and Allison showdown, and Team Black is gonna take that. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't see it going any other way. Like I said again, as we shut this space down, because DJ Mustard is going crazy in the forum. Um, I'm Team Black all the way. I'm so glad that we are bike. TV is bike. We are restoring the feeling, and Emma Darcy over everything.
Emma Darcy, absolutely. TV is back. We got The Boys. We got Clipped on Hulu, which y'all kind of sleep on because it's pure comedy. We've got House of the Dragon, and The Bear comes back next week. So we are super tapped in. Happy Juneteenth. Happy What We Watch Wednesday. And please show up for our second annual film festival this year on Kobe Day, August 24th. Invites are going out. If you don't get a personal invite, yell at me because you deserve a personalized invite. Ciao.